If you are a people pleaser, you are not a nice person. You are a coward. You are building an entire identity that has no spine. This isn't a motivational talk. This is an existential demolition. We will dismantle the social approval machine that is crushing your potential using the most radical insights from philosophy and psychology. I want to take you back to a moment, a small, insignificant encounter that proved this truth, a story from my college years. I was asked for a major favor, a sacrifice of my time and effort. I said no, but with excuses, with fear, with stammering apologies. The moment I refused, I felt the person's silent contempt. I felt guilty, as if I was the one who had crossed a line. This feeling of guilt, even when setting a legitimate boundary, is the first symptom of the nice guy syndrome. It's the fear that if you are not useful, you are unloved. Think of the character of Courage the Cowardly Dog. A dog, the ultimate symbol of loyalty and seeking approval, but defined by its cowardice. This is the symbolism of hidden social fear. The people pleaser is courage, perpetually anxious, desperately wanting to be liked, but terrified of any friction. As a college coordinator once brutally told my father, to succeed, you must flatter the teacher. The implication is clear. Success is not solely about competence. It is about playing the game of patronage. This is social corruption, where favors are currency and compliance is rewarded with higher status. People-pleasing is socially approved cowardice. It is sacrificing your self-respect for a dopamine hit of external validation. Part 2. Nietzsche and the Pyramid of Slave Morality. The Cynic philosopher Diogenes hated nice people. Why? Because they operate with 1,000 different faces, happy, angry, terrified, depressed, but none of them are authentic. To Diogenes, this lack of authenticity was the ultimate form of self-betrayal. The ultimate philosophical pursuit is to become no one, as the training suggests. To shed the masks, to remove the identity that people can use to manipulate or hurt you. When you have no persona to defend, you have nothing to fear. People-pleasing is a direct manifestation of Nietzsche's concept of slave morality. It is a social structure that inverts the values of strength and authenticity. The slave morality pyramid. Base, childhood conditioning, the fear of honesty. We are punished for telling the brutal truth. The lesson learned, lie for reward. Mid-level, approval addiction, the need for external validation to feel safe. We overperform, seeking praise. Our self-worth is entirely outsourced to the opinions of others. Mid-level, fear of rejection, the inability to set boundaries, leading to being trapped in toxic relationships, romantic or professional. The fear of upsetting someone outweighs the need for your own sanity. You choose toxicity over the momentary discomfort of confrontation. Apex, slave morality, societal level. The final belief, being liked equals being good. This is the system that rejects the authentic individual. When you operate from your own truth, the system calls you a bad content creator, a disruptor, because you don't conform to the agreeable norm. Part 3. The Cynic's Counterstrike, applying Diogenes' method. The story of Diogenes and Alexander the Great perfectly illustrates the power of radical self-sufficiency. When the most powerful man in the world offered him anything, Diogenes' only request was, "Move, you're blocking my sunlight." Diogenes was content because he needed nothing from the world, not even the king's favor. He rejected all social status and lived in a barrel, a symbol of complete simplicity and freedom from possessions. Diogenes called himself a dog, kainos, untamed, indifferent, and a cosmopolitan who rejected all national and cultural boundaries. He mocked those who sought approval. The Diogenes method, 3 practical exercises. This is the anti-people pleaser training designed to rebuild your vertebrae. The no explanation exercise, radical truth-telling. The rule, when you say no, say only no. Do not follow it with a justification, an apology, or an excuse. The rationale? People pleasers explain themselves because they fear losing approval. This exercise teaches you that your truth is a standalone entity that requires no defense. The silent disagreement exercise, confronting falseness. The rule is, when you hear something wrong, stupid, or manipulative, simply state, "I disagree," and stop talking. No defense, no debate, no nervous chatter. The rationale? People pleasers avoid conflict. Diogenes confronted fakeness instantly. By simply stating your position without over-explaining, you establish yourself as a leader whose approval must be earned, not assumed. The death of the stare exercise, practicing shamelessness. The rule is, when someone gives you a dirty look, mocks you, or attempts to publicly embarrass you, give no visible reaction. Maintain your posture, do not adjust your face, and do not break eye contact or flinch. The rationale? The person mocking you is performing for an audience and is expecting a reaction. By denying them the feedback they crave, you transfer the anxiety and discomfort back onto them. You become shameless in the Diogenes sense, instantly killing the instinct to perform for approval. Part 4. Conclusion. The fate of the overly good man. If you continue to people please, you become a blank slate with a mask, a caricature of a person. You betray yourself first, which is why you attract manipulators who see you as easy prey. You are respected by no one. People see through your fake kindness. It is a weak armor, easily shattered. We circle back to the dark wisdom of Machiavelli. The overly good man is eaten alive. Your parents and society may build a protective bubble around you, but the moment that bubble bursts, the world is filled with people waiting to exploit your lack of boundaries. They will eat you alive. Your objective is not to be a villain, but to be a controlled monster, to harness the power of your own authentic, unsuppressed self. You must be powerful enough to protect yourself and your truth. Stop wasting your life chasing other people's good books. Start building your own. If this truth stings, good. It means the medicine is working.